Hello, Wildflower Warriors. I told you guys this morning that I was going to go live and I had some errands to run and everything. And um, the weekends are the most productive time for me. Is anybody else like that? I am super, super productive on the weekends. Some people like weekends are family time and I totally respect that. But for me, it's totally the weekends that are way, way more productive for me. Like I probably can knock out like a week's worth of work on the weekends, but that's just me. But I guess it evens out because we end up having our family time like during the week. So anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys today. When you guys pop on, say hey. If you watch the replay, tell me #replay. If you feel like someone on your team would really enjoy this training, go ahead and tag them. If you're a leader, tag your teamies if you want. I know that, with Anya on her trip, like we're all pitching in, and I am super stoked to be able to do this for you guys. So I'm a little nervous because I don't think I've ever done a training for you guys. So some of y'all I do know from the leaders page. If you don't know me, I'm Katrina. I'm director of Empowering Sense, and I already gave you a little spiel about me in the post earlier. I'm not going to repeat it. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about working your business with a customer mindset. Like, think like a customer, okay? Excuse me. Makeup, like mascara. And this is because of something that I personally have noticed in my business. I pride myself on customer service, on customer recognition, customer follow-ups, not treating people just like a sale, like a number, because I don't know about you guys, but I have ordered from other direct sales before and never even been given like a thank you. Not like that's it. Like it was okay, thanks for shopping the party. Like no one's ever followed up. I mean, I can say this about a lot of companies. I can't think of the last time someone actually followed up with me and asked me about my product that I purchased. And I support almost any, please do not invite me to any parties. But most of the time, if I'm invited to a party, I like to support other direct sales because I like when I get supported by new people too. And so if I get invited to a party, I will normally find something to purchase. And yeah, I'm not going to name any companies by name, but there's, a lot of other direct sale companies that I've purchased from and they've never even followed up with me. Like I really was just a sale to them, and that's not going to have me coming back to them. And so what I want is for you guys to start thinking of your customers, thinking like a customer when you are talking to your customers. A lot of y'all might already do this, so which is great. You are years beyond me. Something that Whitney instilled in me when I first joined was, always putting the customers first and making sure that you are, like the handwritten thank you thing. So all of that we're going to go over. So something that happened with me recently with one of my customers, it wasn't the first time a customer said this to me, but I have customers who are, and it's sometimes with the older generation customers, and they're very honest. Like, I'm not tech savvy, I don't understand this, where they want to put their order in on the PWS because of course I always offer, but like they go to do the bundle and save and they can't figure it out, and so they end up just going screw it, and instead of doing like 6 bars where they're getting one free, they're just doing 6 individual bars. How many times have you gone to look at your hey, you have a new PWS order, and you go and look and you're like, oh, I could have bundled this for them. I could have bundled this. And I always look at it and I'm like, I could have saved her like $7 with everything that she ordered. So that finally happened again today for me. And I was like, you know what? I've never actually like shown my customers how to use my PWS. So I got on my computer and because a customer emailed me and she said, I feel really stupid. I can't figure this out. I can't get the bundle and saves to work. And so she just placed her order, but she was super frustrated. And I said, you are not the first person to complain about this to me. It frustrates me sometimes too. Like I 100% validated her feelings. And I was like, nope, listen, I'm going to do a tutorial. just for you. I'll tag you in it once I upload it. So I did that and I posted it in my VIP group because we can't just assume that our customers know how to use our PWS. We can't assume that they know that there's even a clearance section, how to navigate the clearance section. We can't assume that they know that how they can explore all the scent categories. Some of them don't even realize that there's a search bar on our PWS. They most certainly don't just automatically know how to set up a club, how to edit their club. If you don't have a club, like, you can't talk your customers through it. So it's a good way to, good reason if you need to justify it in your head on why you should have a club, because how can you be expected to help your customers with an issue with their club if you have no idea what those emails look like, how to edit it, how to change things, how to skip a shipment. It would be like going in blind with that. So a lot of customers don't even know that they can set up an account. So when they're checking out, it automatically autofills all of their information. They can save their payment information if they want, but it definitely saves their address, their email. So they're not having to put all that stuff in. So what I plan on doing with my customers soon, and I started it today, was I'm going to do quick little tutorials. You can do it either from your phone or like I did, where you can do it from your phone and do a screen share type thing, or you can do it where I held my phone in front of my laptop today. And I was like, hey guys, I'm getting this from a few people, because I don't ever want them to think I'm singling them out, but I really am getting it from a few people. And I know that it's frustrating to them because they're like, I just need more wax. So I, of course, again, I always tell them hey, I would be more than happy to put it in on my end. They're paying the $8 shipping either way. It's whatever, it is what it is. And so doing quick little tutorial videos where you're actually showing your customers how to navigate your PWS. Because think about the very first time you got on a Scentsy website. Did you know where everything was? No. I mean, if you did, your consultant probably showed you at some point. And I don't even mean that your consultant actually did a walkthrough for you, but I mean when we have LTOs and stuff, have you ever noticed that some of our upline leadership, they'll show in their stories how they're adding things to cart, but they're showcasing that LTO? That's also showing your customers how to add things to your cart. Because some people are I keep clicking on the item and it won't go to my cart. I don't understand. That happens. So we need to make sure that you need to shift your mindset and think like a customer man, I wish someone would show me how to use this, because if I felt more confident in using this website, I'd probably shop from it more, right? So moving on, so when you're following up with a customer, okay, have you ever gotten a long spammy message from someone else in another direct sales business where they're trying to book a party and they send you a paragraph? I don't even read those messages. I cannot read them. If it's more than 3 sentences long, stop it. Just no, don't do that. Don't do that. If you wouldn't say it in real life, do not type it, do not text it, email it, talk. This is the one time where I think you're going to come out better on the other side if you throw everything that we learned in school, if you just throw it away, to actually type how you talk. Don't worry about your grammar. Don't worry about punctuation and stuff. Just type how you talk, because it's going to make your authenticity come through better, because sometimes you can't infer tone in a text, and which that's how most of us follow up, is via text or email. Instant message, anything like that. I know that totally just aged me saying instant messenger. I meant Facebook Messenger. But yeah, if you wouldn't say it in real life, don't type it. If you are not a hey girl hey type of person, don't start your messages with hey girl hey. If you don't say y'all, don't say y'all, because your upline says it. If you don't say hey boo, don't say that in your messages. Like, people are going to tell, they'll be able to tell really quick that that's not you sending that message. I've actually gotten follow-up messages from people before, and where I've had to message the person and been like, did you get hacked? And they'll be like, no. And I've actually had a few people say, oh, it's like a messaging service that I have signed up, so it's an automated message. Don't ever tell your customers if you use an automated like service like that. That is super like, just like, it's just cringy for me. Just the big thing is, make sure you're sounding like you when you follow up with people. If I'm late on my follow-ups, I'm super honest with my customers, and I'm like, yo, we just moved. We finally got unpacked. Like, super honest with them. Like, my customers know what's going on in my personal life because I talk to them about more than just Scentsy. If the only time you're talking to your customers is when there's a new release coming out or we have a new catalog launch, they're going to know that you're just hitting them up for a sale, that they do not matter to you, that, you know, like, you need to get to know your customers on a personal level. And that's why I love, one of the things I personally learned from Anya, y'all's star director, is that to scroll with a purpose, be intentional with who you're interacting with when you are on social media, showing up for people in their everyday life, so that way when we do have an LTO come out, you can confidently and not spammy be like, oh my gosh, did you see this new buddy is coming out? And I know that Johnny is obsessed with Monsters, Inc. Did you see that Sully's coming back? Like, that's when it's being genuine and being authentic, okay? Building your relationships with your customers so that you're not just hitting them up for a sale. Because y'all, if you can tell as a customer when someone is hitting you up for a sale, it's like the one thing that I do enjoy from attending other direct sale parties online is going, well, now I know what not to do. Now I know what not to do. We've all attended a party or two like that, where you're like, I know I'm never going to do that because that is just bananas. What just happened? Like, I mean, you might learn some cool things. I have attended other to be fair, I have attended other direct sale parties where I'm like, oh my gosh, that was such a brilliant like interaction post. I'm totally stealing that. And I tell the consultant too. And I'm like, hey, you know, if they don't know that I'm a consultant for another sales company, I tell them, and I'm like in a message, I don't post it like to the party to try to get people to go, oh, she's a Scentsy consultant. I will message that consultant, or when they're reaching out to me, like to find out if I'm ready to order or something, you know, I'll let them know like, hey, you had really awesome interaction on your party, and I might steal some of those ideas. Is that cool? Because this was a really great party that I was a part of. And they love hearing that, because I know me as a consultant, I would love to hear that too. I would love for a party guest to tell me that, oh my gosh, this was not like what I expected. And it was so easy and like just really refreshing. I pride myself on not being a pushy consultant, and it definitely shows through to my customers, because I have been told that numerous times. So when you're doing your thank yous, if you do nothing else, it was drilled into me from our SSD Whitney, who it was drilled in from our upline SSD Chloe. Handwritten thank yous go so far. That is something that I can honestly say I have never received a handwritten thank you from another direct sales company. I can't say never. I've maybe one or two in the past 3 years, but I can say almost never. If you can't do anything else as a thank you, a handwritten thank you note, buy a pack at the Dollar Tree and slap a 55-cent stamp on it. Go get postcards and put a 35-cent? A 35-cent postcard stamp on it. Something handwritten that shows that you took the time out of your day. Because listen, if someone's going to take time out of their day to shop my website or support their friend's party, I can take time out of my day to write them a handwritten thank you note. And you know what? It's a good problem to have when you have, at the end of the month, if you have 45 thank you notes to write and your hand cramps up. I mean, I've had to do my thank yous at the end of each week. I do them every Sunday because I end up with like 15 to 18 customer orders every week. It's a good problem to have. So I have no problem letting my hand cramp up to show them that, like, hey, I really do appreciate your order and I really do hope you love your stuff. It's important to me that you love your stuff. And if you don't love it, I want you to tell me. And that's where, when you're following up with someone, you want to know, like, you know, hey, what are we loving? What are we not liking? So like, I know in the future, like, keep notes. However you have a follow-up system, keep notes on your customers so you know that, like, oh, Jessica does not like lavender. So this new scent that's coming out, I'm going to let her know, like, hey, do you even want me to send you a sample of this one? Because it's got lavender in it and I know you're not a fan. How great do you think it makes someone feel to know that something you mentioned to them 6 months ago that you still remember? Like, oh, I'm like, and not even just like allergies, but allergies in, for example, like to be like, hey, I know you're allergic to vanilla, and vanilla is listed as one of the scents in this. So I'm not going to send you this. I'll send you something else and, you know, instead. Like, for someone to know that, like, yes, we do teach our teamies. Sorry, I'm squirreling just a little bit. We do teach our teamies to treat every customer like they are the only customer. But listen, your customers know they're not the only customer. So, like, when it comes to remembering what your customers, something that they told you 6 to 9 months ago, a year ago, for you to remember that, I know me as a customer, I would be like, wow, she really does, like, pay attention to me when I talk. She really does, like, care about me. She doesn't want me to go into anaphylactic shock. Like, you know? So, I mean, I'm not saying you have to remember, like, every customer who has a dog, every customer who has kids, but get to know your customers so that, you know, certain things do stand out to you. But whatever follow-up system you use, whether it's pen and paper, I personally love the Amy app. There's a note section in that. There's a note section on your workstation in the contacts tab. When you pull up someone's name, there's a note section. You can edit that and you can add notes to that. Okay. I'm almost done, I promise. The last thing that I'll say is on product reviews. Honesty is the best policy. Y'all, if you don't use it, don't lie and say that you use it. If you don't use travel tins, you cannot rave about travel tins. If you don't use if you don't have a pet, and if you don't have a pet, how is anyone going to expect you to have an honest opinion, aside from smell, of our pet line, right? If you don't have kids, you know, I mean, yes, I get it. I know our buddies and stuff are like, they're for anybody. But, like, focus on what you do use, because that's what people are they're going to see what you're using. That's why Whitney has always instilled in us, share, don't sell. We don't ever sell anything. We don't push for sales. We literally just share what we love, and people buy that stuff. Have you ever noticed what you focus on is where you see growth? So that can be applied to anything, whether it's sponsoring. Like this month, I'm going to focus on sponsoring hardcore, like sponsor, put my blinders on, sponsor. If you were to just tell yourself every week, I'm going to pick a different category and go, okay, this week I'm only going to talk about fragrance flowers, or I'm only going to talk about our pod systems. I bet you would see an uptick in those sales for those items. What you focus on, that's where it's going to grow. So just be honest with your product reviews. If you don't like something, it's okay to say you don't like something. There's a way to spin a review of something that you personally don't like without being negative. So, like, my customers know, Katrina does not like floral. So if something is floral, they do get a kick when I smell it and I'm like, nope. But if you really like French lavender, you're going to love this bar. This is going to be your new favorite. Like that's how I review scents. I like let them know, like they know I don't like floral. So of course I'm not going to. And then I also have the customers who know that I don't like floral. And when I do like a floral, they're like, maybe I won't like that because she does like it. So maybe it's not really floral. Maybe it is more fruity, you know? So, you know, just like you get to know your customers get to know you, because at the end of the day, they are not, at the end of the day, people are only going to shop and continue to shop and stay loyal to you. They're only going to shop with somebody that they like, know, and trust. So start building your relationships with your customers and think like a customer. Just make sure you're not always hitting them up for sales. Get to know them, because how would you like that? Before you message a customer, just look at the message and think, if I got that message, would I want to respond to it? Or would I just go, nope, next, keep scrolling, leave her on red? You know? So we want to get to know them on a deeper level other than sales. So that way, when we do have an exciting announcement, it's not spammy when we're like, hey, I know that you are a huge Disney freak and look what's coming out, you know? So I'm not seeing any comments. So if there were comments, I promise I will go back and respond. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, please let me know. I'm here always for you guys, but especially today. So if anyone needs help with anything on the page, I'm going to try my best to answer. And if anybody commented, I'll be sure to comment on those too. So I hope y'all are having a great weekend, spending time with your family or being productive like me. Either way, like whatever it is, however you spend your weekends, I hope that you are enjoying it. And I know we're all really excited for when Anya comes back. Has anybody else been like stalking her Instagram stories? I'm loving all the pictures. So I love y'all, even though you don't even really know me, but I do love y'all because we are all a part of the same Scentsy family. And I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.